Hi, Fems. Happy Monday. I am Violet Dayala. I'm the founder of Fem City, and you're joining me today for our Monday motivation. It was supposed to be Dr. Gail today, but she actually double booked. So I'm stepping in to go ahead and run today. So if you're wondering why I'm not Dr. Gail, that's why. I hope that she does reschedule with us, because I always love when she shares her wisdom with us. So today I'm going to cover the topic about going from a poverty mindset into a wealth mindset. And the reason why I'm doing this topic is because we've had so many members request this topic. And instead of doing a class on it, I figured I would go ahead and just do a series on it and or an episode on that. And I know it's a really challenging time right now for many that have perhaps lost, full-time work or part-time work, or perhaps have seen a dip in their business. I have been so proud of so many of our members that have really leveraged this time to go ahead and create more scalable businesses and to work on multiple streams of revenue. But I know a lot are still stuck in kind of trying to get to that point. And so today I'm going to share with you guys 3 tips on how you can go ahead and start really creating more of a wealth mindset in your life versus a poverty mindset. I'm going to kind of break it down as to what the differences are and some action steps on how you can get moving forward. If you are watching live on our Facebook group, please feel free to ask questions. I am here to help you, so I want to make sure that what I share does help you. So please ask questions. Feel free to comment. This is live streaming into our Facebook fan page, so it's not a private one. So if you are a member and your comment will actually show up publicly. So I just want to let you guys know that I don't think there's a way to privately share a question like we usually do for our classes. So again, feel free to ask questions. And even if it's aired and you're watching this later down the road, please feel free to tag me, or if there's anything that we can do to help with this, please let me know. We actually have more classes like this on the FemCity website. So if you do enjoy my tips, I really encourage you to visit our FemCity library. We've got a whole bunch of classes on mindset, work, and personal development as well. So hello, Martine from Provence. I actually got your email. You are on my to-do list today to respond. So thank you so much for joining. Okay, so let's talk about what a poverty mindset is and a wealth mindset is. And so a poverty mindset really is the belief that things will never change and you are always going to be stuck in a bad position financially, right? So generally people that have a poverty mindset really look at the world as a way of showing the lack. And some kind of words that might actually be constant when you have a poverty mindset is I can't, I won't, it'll never get better. And it could also be like she has, they're doing. So kind of like the focus is on other people, and then also that it impacts your success. And when you start sharing those words continuously, can't, won't, never, those are actually kind of red flags that you have a poverty mindset. So, hey, Jessica Delgado in South Texas. So great you're joining me today. So those are kind of the things. If you're constantly thinking that you're never going to get better, if you're never going to, improve your financial situation, if you're always going to be in poverty, that's a poverty mindset as well. People that have a poverty mindset are generally looking for only free things. They're not really investing in themselves, not really investing in anybody else. They're kind of like not really feeling it because they're just so down in the dumps when it comes to their mindset and what they can achieve in life. So I've been there a couple of times. So I've actually had poverty mindset and then wealth mindset and then lost everything, gone down to poverty mindset and then gone back up. So sometimes it's more frustrating if you've had a wealth mindset your entire life and then you've kind of hit rock bottom, and sometimes it's really hard to get back to that wealth mindset. So this is going to apply for those individuals as well. So the first thing when it comes to changing your mindset from poverty to wealth is you really have to recognize and you have to come to terms of what's going on financially in your life right now. This is the most difficult thing. I know you're going to hate what I'm about to tell you. I know it. I know because I tell some of the women that I coach one-on-one, when I tell them, I think they little bit hate that I'm saying this when I do say this to them. But the reality is you need to know where you're at financially. I mean, you can't really get into a wealth mindset if you're really having a hard time keeping up with your bills, not knowing how you're going to make tomorrow work, how are you going to put food on the table for your family? I mean, if you're really in that place, you need to look at your numbers. You need to pull out to see where your money is coming from, how much money are you bringing in, and then also creating a budget. If you have no idea how to create a budget, I've taught that class already as well. So that's in our FemCity classroom and it's free. So go ahead and visit that. But you need to kind of really start getting a grip on your finances. So let's just say you are making half the money and you have expenses and you have debt. The best thing to do is just start really creating a list. It's going to be horrible. You might get sick to your stomach, but create a list to see where you're at right now. You really cannot get out of this situation unless you just come to terms with it. And once you come to terms with it, by the way, you feel so much better. You really do. I know you don't believe me, but you will feel better and you'll at least understand where you're at. Sometimes it's actually better than you thought it was, right? So sometimes you look at your credit card, you look at your school loan debt, or you look to see what your mortgage or your rent. And sometimes it might even be better than what you envisioned. Sometimes we make it to be really, really worse than what it is. So write it down, kind of get to grips on that. So if you don't know how to budget, there's a class on that. I don't want to take too much time on that, but just write down what you owe, write down how much you're bringing in, see where that connection is, and then edit. And you can always call your mortgage lender, ask for deferment. You can always reach out to your credit card companies. You can reach out to your loans. You can reach out and start really negotiating that right now because they want you to pay versus not paying at all. So they're going to be willing to work with you. So that's the first thing is, and when you're doing that, I really want you to also take accountability for that and then just release it. And what I mean by that is a lot of times when we're in a poverty mindset, we are going through our finances or going through just kind of getting a grip of what really is going on with our money. And then we have a tendency of blaming others, right? It was that person's fault and this person's fault. And it was such situation. So, and that's good, right? But also take accountability for yourself. You know what? You made those decisions and then release it. Just like forgive yourself and let it go. Sometimes there's a lot of financial blocks that occur even after you start kind of getting in gear with a wealth mindset because you're continuously so angry with yourself that you put yourself in that situation. And the honest truth is take accountability, accept the responsibility, release it, and then move on, right? Create that plan and move out of that and give yourself grace, give yourself forgiveness because it does not do you any good to constantly belittling yourself and saying horrible things about the situation that you're in. It's not going to help you. So really just kind of move past that. So that's my first tip is see where you're at. Look at all the numbers. And hey, Shannon and Mary Melvie and Cecilia. Great to see you guys here. All right. The second one is we're really going to work on the mindset, right? So once you've kind of created what's going on financially and you've created a plan, whatever it is, working with credit card companies or your student loans or seeing if you can refinance or seeing if you can go ahead and get a deferment. So all of that. And I think we have a couple classes on that topic in the FemCity classroom. The second one is you're just going to start really working on the words that you're using. So sometimes I meet with women when we're doing our one-on-one coaching and I hear them, or even in our group coaching, by the way, or our virtual networking, and I hear them say certain words. And it may sound silly that, we're kind of talking about this, but the reality is if you're saying to yourself over and over again that you'll always be poor, and of course it's going to happen, you're always expecting bad things, it's always not going to go your way, and of course you didn't get that client, or Shannon's so successful and I'm not successful and Cecilia is successful. And like, if you're constantly comparing and you're constantly looking at what other people are doing and you're constantly looking at your life, thinking that you're never going to be worthy, you're never going to achieve success, guess what? You're not ever going to achieve success, right? So you have to really start believing in yourself, changing the words. So when you say, I can't, I won't, it won't ever, or when you start looking at what other people are doing, the success, that's not a healthy place to be in. So I really want you to start changing those words. I can, I will, I'll always. The truth is that there's enough, and it's going to sound hokey pokey that I say this, right? There's enough abundance out there for you. Just because I succeed does not mean that you cannot succeed. Just because Cecilia gets the account doesn't mean that you won't get an account, right? So for whatever reason, there is that feeling that if someone's making it, that takes away my brightness, right? My light. And that is not true. Actually, it's the opposite. As those around us start shifting and leveling up, it actually pulls us up as well. It expands our visibility, possibilities as well. It actually nurtures what we're capable of, right? When we see others achieving great success, it only gives us the permission to also do the same. So instead of comparing yourself in a negative kind of way, really that jealousy should be turned into, wow, it's so amazing that she's doing that. that means I can do it too. Right? So if all of us can succeed, you can too. And there's enough opportunity out there. So a lot of times we have new members that come to us and they won't go to an event because there's another realtor there, right? I can't go there because you already have a realtor. The truth is there's enough abundance and enough opportunity for both realtors. And I've seen that happen. I've seen sometimes we've had FemCity events where we have 3 realtors sitting at the table together and they work for 3 different firms and they all work together and they help each other out. And guess what happens? They all rise. They all make a lot of money versus nitpicking and kind of like, being in this poverty mindset. They understand, they recognize that as we help each other and as one grows, we all grow together when we think of it as a place of abundance. I've seen that even with doctors. We had one time, for the longest time with FemCity Miami, we used to have a series of dermatologists and they would all sit together and they became friends and they helped each other because they all specialized in certain things. And so that is when it comes to a wealth mindset, that is a wealth mindset versus someone saying, well, I can't sit there and she's a dermatologist and I'm a dermatologist too, and she's only going to take away from me. The truth is it does not happen like that. Wealth mindset honors the light in other people. You recognize that as you honor that, it also reflects on you and it helps to elevate you as well. So check out your words. What are you really saying to yourself? Catch it, right? And if you keep on, like there's a pattern there. Sometimes when you remove one, you say, you know what, that no longer serves me. That is a poverty mindset sentence, right? Or thought or behavior. I'm going to replace it with one of wealth. Sometimes what happens is that you're in that groove and then something will happen. You'll kind of sink down a little bit. So it takes some time. It's not going to be overnight. And you're not going to be watching this and go, boom, I'm in a wealth mindset now because Violet told me. It does take some time because you've got all these narratives. You have all these stories that are going on in your mind. And it does take time to kind of like push them all out. So give yourself some grace on that as well. And then the third one is, people that have a wealth mindset, they invest in themselves. They invest in others. Right? So poverty mindset person is always looking for free stuff. Can you do this for free? Can you do this for free? Can you do this for free? I'm going to join this because it's free. And that gets you only so far. So sometimes you have to do that because you don't have any other choice, right? You only have 2 pennies in your pocket. But once you get to a point, when you start investing in yourself, which is taking that certification class, going to school, taking that workshop, joining a networking group like FemCity, joining the Chamber of Commerce, right? You're investing in yourself because that money is going to come back to you tenfold, right? As you become engaged into those new groups or certification, it's going to expand your business and your brand. So it's going to come back. So be investing in yourself. That also means that when you start bringing in money, you're not spending it on ridiculous things if it's not going to bring money back to you. Right? So if you're going to go and buy a Louis Vuitton handbag, how is that going to bring money back into your business versus joining a network? I mean, I join everything. I'm a huge believer. I have a networking group that I belong to also. That's a global one. And I truly believe I show up, I take advantage of all the benefits because I believe in investing in myself. And I believe that you should be investing in yourself as well. And investing in others too, right? Meaning that if you're bartering, you're investing in that person energetically, but eventually when you start paying cash, you're investing in the business of other people in exchange for how it's going to help you. People that have a wealth mindset, they recognize that money should work for them. So think about that money should work for them. They're going to place it in areas where it's going to come back with more money, with more growth, with more opportunities. They're not going to spend it in a way that's not going to show back up. Right? So a cup of coffee, right? As an example, a $10 cup of coffee. Yeah, it's enjoyable. It's lovely. But for $10, if you can join a networking online class, or if you can take a certification, right? That's going to come back. That is a wealth mindset. Is it how do you leverage the money that you have to invest in yourself and believe in yourself and invest in others so that you can actually leverage it to help your brand and business grow? So I don't see any questions here. Collaboration is so much fun. Absolutely. Collaboration is wonderful. I could do a whole entire hour class on that. I really believe in collaboration and partnership and ways that you guys can work together, even if you're in the same industry. So final tips. Check out where you're at, right? Review it. It's going to be ugly, maybe for some of you, maybe not. Maybe some of you look at it and go, wow, I'm in a better position than I thought I was. So that's the first thing, because you cannot have a wealth mindset if you don't even know where you're at. You're constantly drowning. The second one is check your words, check your behavior, check your thinking process, edit it along the way. And the third one is place that money in places where it's going to help you grow and prosper. Where you can put that money in so that you can continuously leverage so that you can get more and more wealthy. And by the way, having more wealth is a great thing, right? Because then you can invest in other people. You can hire more people. You can actually donate more money. You can treat your family to maybe a nice little dinner. So the more wealth you have, the easier it is for you to invest in other people as well. So Shannon, I'd love to partner with you on that talk. I've done that talk before several times. Of course, Shannon is one of our global members and she is one of my favorite teachers. So absolutely, we'll talk about it, Shannon. I would love that. All right, ladies, I don't see any other questions. And Cecilia, thank you, Violet. Love today's message. Oh, wonderful. I could talk about wealth mindset all day long. There are a couple other videos on YouTube. If you're not a member of FemCity, you can visit YouTube. Those are free. And if you are a member of FemCity, you can hop over to femcity.com, go into our library, and we've got tons of classes on money, budgeting, wealth mindset, money. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite classes that I taught is how to create a money guide. Absolute favorite. And if you're not a member, you can always sign up for free for 30 days and try it out, take all the classes. And I hope you guys have a great week. It was so nice seeing you guys. And again, if you're watching this later, feel free to tag me and ask me questions. I'm here to help you. I want to see you prosper. I want you to see you all have great wealth mindset and, end the year as best as you can. We've got a couple months left. End the year on a really high note as much as you can with all the challenges and struggles that you've had. You can still make it a really strong year. So love you, ladies. All right. Bye.